Hello. So, on the topic of that moment in your relationship where you really feel you need to go, but you say to yourself, I can't live without this narcissist. I can't live without this person. And I don't mean business, and I don't mean children. I mean inside your heart. And when that happens, to me, that is a sign of both the addiction you have to your narcissist and the trauma bond in which you find yourself with the narcissist. That's both things working together to make you think you can't live without your narcissist. Feeling that way can be an awfully grave side effect for someone who is a fixer, who wants to know that they've helped. You want to know that you got through. You want to know that your love made a difference in their life. You want to know and stick around for the benefits that you think you're going to see by bestowing your love upon them. You want to hang on so that the future promising that he's done you, you can reap the benefits of. He's going to end up mine. I'm showing him all of this in me. I'm giving him all this. He's going to end up mine. Of course he is. He's not going to leave me. Why would he leave me? I'm doing everything he asked. I'm being, the way he wants. That is the danger of feeling that addiction and that trauma bond, because you will do everything in your power, including compromise yourself, to be with that person. And you'll start to bargain with them, with things that you don't even want, but you'll bargain anyway. Anything to appease the situation, to make them feel good, to make them happy with you. You get very happy if you say something and they come back and they're like, oh, honey, thank you, and that's wonderful, and I love you, and blah, 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 blah. You fixed it. You helped. That's a rush for people like us who are fixers. We love that. We love when we feel like we can help fix them, but that can lead to you craving that moment of him acknowledging that you helped him and him telling you that you are important in his life because you showed him the light. They come out with all these different things. When you find yourself in the middle of that and you're in the relationship, of course you feel like you can't live without it. It's addictive. The adrenaline of the fighting is addictive, as we know. So you feel you can't live without him. You may not even have that on your mind. But that's part of what you can't live without. All those endorphins we've talked about, the cortisol, the dopamine you get, that's all things that you feel you can't live without the person, but it's the cycle that you're in that you're addicted to, which in turn feels like we're addicted to the person. And that can almost be romanticized as well, can't it? I'm addicted to the person. That language has been romanticized many times. I'm addicted to that person. They're addicted to me. That's not a good place to be, if that's a real thing that you're experiencing. That's not a good place to be. And then you're in it, and they're good to you, and you did something for them, and they tell you, oh my God, I love you so much, I could never be without you. See, honey, you really know how to handle me. You really know how to make me see, and you really make me understand. And then boom, he does something mean, and it's the opposite of everything he just said to you. It's, they're going to devalue you and say, well, how could you even do that? Or why would you think that? Or why did you wear that? Or what do you I can't even begin with the mean things that they say and devaluing. But then that's going to make you crave the good stuff. So now you're on the hamster wheel, right? So they were mean again. Now you're on the hamster wheel and you're going to chase. You're going to chase that good thing that they said to you. So you're trauma bonded to them. And you're addicted to them through this cycle that they play with you. If you feel you can't live without them, I challenge you to look at the love part. Do you love them? And if you say, yes, of course I do. Okay, why? None of your answers can have anything that starts with, because he does this for me. Nope. Why do you love them? Not because he loves me such and such a way, or we love, nope. The man or woman that the person is, why do you love them? And let me help you out. Think of somebody that you do love and list the reasons. Okay, so I'll think of my grandfather. Doesn't have to be romantic love for you to take part in this exercise and know what I mean. I can list the reasons that I loved my grandfather. Full of integrity, kind, generous, sweet, strong, smart, loving, giving, gracious. I can list a million more things. So when you look at your narcissist, is he really or she your dream person? Do you love them? Them, the person. Not acts they do. Now, the way somebody behaves and acts that they do, sure, can lead you to know that my papa was gracious and sweet and strong. Of course. But don't go off what the narcissist does for you. Look at them as a human being. Do you even really love them? Maybe you don't. Maybe you're addicted to the cycle and that's what you can't live without. You can't live without the adrenaline. You couldn't picture life right now with no person in it because it would be nothing but quiet. So maybe you can't live without them, but it's not necessarily them. It's, I can't be without a person. I already have this person. I'm already in it. It's difficult, but it's not as difficult as going out and finding a new person, and you hear that expression. Oh, you'd have to train somebody else. Oh, I can't stand that expression. Nobody's training anybody. You should be able to meet somewhere in the middle and then go forward together. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be like I'm training somebody. But if you're with someone and these cycles of behaviors are still going on, I challenge you to think it's not them that you can't live without. It's the cycle. It's the adrenaline. It's the cortisol. It's all of the things that happen within you that you know are going to happen. So you're betting on it. You do something nice for him, you know dopamine's coming. You challenge him, you know the adrenaline's coming. You feel like you don't even realize it. You're craving a hit of adrenaline, you might pick a fight. Unbeknownst to you. It gets you in a very tricky place when you're involved with these people. It gets you in a very tricky place. Now you might say, no, I'm not the type to pick a fight. Well, no kidding. But when you're craving certain things from the narcissist and they're giving you the silent treatment and they're giving you nothing and you being nice isn't working, you're going to do something to get his attention. Something to get some kind of reaction because you're addicted to the reactions. And I'm not challenging you and saying you can't possibly feel that you can't live without your narcissist. Maybe you've loved them since you were 15 years old and you're 45 and you can't picture living without them. I am here to tell you, though, that you've never tried. And I am trying to point out to you that it may not be the person, even after 30 years. A woman commented on my videos recently. 30 years married. I forgot which video, but if you read enough comments, you'll find her. She's been gone from him 10 months. And she's basking in the joy of a grandchild and a daughter. You know what I mean? Like, She's living without him, and it was 30 years she put up with it. I'm sure she felt that many times she couldn't live without him. And then she started to get educated, and she started to learn, and she started to pay attention. I think it's the cycle that we become addicted to, and that trauma bond, and then it makes us feel we can't live without them. Did you ever try it? Did you ever think it through? Allow yourself to go there. If you want to leave, allow yourself to think it through. Allow yourself to think of yourself with no one around. Can you hear it? It's peaceful in this house right now. You know why? Because there's no narcissist here. That's why. I'm addicted to the peace and quiet. I'm addicted to my day being what I know it's going to be. There's no surprises in store. There's no ugliness in store. There's no of the negative in store anymore. And I'm addicted to that. That's a very peaceful feeling. So the next time you think, but I can't live without him, I can't picture leaving him, that's because you haven't broken away from the cycle long enough to stop craving those things. It might not be them, is my point. There could be another person out there that makes you 8 billion times more happy. There could be a period of alone time for you for 6 months where you could become blissfully happy and get to things that you've been planning on doing that you put off because every single day you're with a narcissist is about them. Every single day. Even if it doesn't start out that way, they'll make sure it ends that way. And you'll be all upturned and in and around what's going on with them. All you need is yourself to be honest and look at the situation, and then you can really determine whether or not you can't live without that person. I don't ever want anyone to feel like that. Because all you have is yourself. So get your footing, get your stronghold, look at the situation, and ask yourself, are you really in love with that person? That person, that man, that woman, are you in love with them? There's no possible way I was. Now that I think about that, how could I have been? First of all, he wasn't who he said he was. And he didn't show me the real person. He was a pretend person the whole time. How could you ever know a narcissist? They don't know who they are. They can't land on a constant personality. I could never say that I loved him. How can you? I wouldn't even know how to describe him to people because I don't know who he's being right now in the world. He could be being somebody totally different. They shapeshift. Hard to love somebody that does that. And I don't know about you, but I can certainly live without that.